Hello, buddy, it's Bendominator, and welcome back to another episode of the Bendominator Podcast. Today we're on episode 22 of the podcast, and I am very excited because we did actually get the podcast up on Spotify, so you can go ahead and check this podcast out on Spotify right now. Every episode after episode 21, or I guess after episode 20, will be up there. It would take me way too long to actually put every previous episode up on to Spotify, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to actually be able to do that. I wish I could do that very easily, but the way I've kind of been doing it, like, it's really difficult for me to get it up, and I've kind of had to change the way I'm recording this now to kind of anticipate the fact that there is going to be an audio version and a video version of the podcast, because I had to, like, convert everything for the last one, and it just took ages, so now I'm recording it both on audio and on the on OBS, so I can get both of the audio and the video separated, so it's very easy for me to upload to both YouTube and Spotify now, which is very nice. But yeah, we are finally on Spotify, which is awesome. It actually wasn't nearly as difficult as I thought it would be, so you can go check it out on Spotify, and maybe you're actually listening to this on Spotify right now. Another really cool thing is that I've become very, very active on Twitter over the last week. So if you guys want to go check out my Twitter, link will be in the description below if you're watching the YouTube version. The Twitter's a lot of fun. I love hanging out on Twitter. I've met a lot of cool people on Twitter already, and I've been able to interact with a lot of cool creators on Twitter already that I've known through Discord and stuff and YouTube. It's really, really fun. So I suggest you go over and follow me on Twitter if you want to get more updates, more stuff than even just the community tab posts that I do here on YouTube. I also ask podcast questions there every single week as well. So yeah, it's pretty fun over on Twitter. I'm excited about it. But the main thing that happened this week, the big thing that happened this week that kind of took up all my time when it came to what I did with YouTube this week was Royale Season 4. Chapter 2 Season 4 released this Friday, and it seems like you guys are loving it so far. There's definitely some adjustments that need to be made, especially with the loot pool, but overall, I mean, I've had a blast. The whole dev team has had a blast making it, of course. I've had a blast editing everything, like the teasers and the trailers. It's just been so much fun. So I'm so excited that released this week. It's been a lot of fun. People have been making some amazing videos on it as well. I just got to shout out all the people who have been making amazing Royale reviews, and from what I can see, there's going to be more in the future, and I just cannot wait. It's just so cool to see, like, the community making videos on it and stuff. The Royale really feels like the community's coming together this season, so I'm really excited about that. It's been a really, really fun time so far. And I can't wait to keep adding updates onto it and stuff. Me and the dev team got some really, really good ideas for what we want to do with the rest of the season. And yeah, of course, if you guys want to give some suggestions to the season, what do you think should be changed? I'm going to be holding some kind of poll for some of the loot pool, like the shotguns and stuff, hopefully later on this week. So I can change some stuff for Friday's update. But you can join the Discord server if you guys want to give suggestions, and if you guys want to give me even more podcast questions, because I asked them on the Discord as well. And it's a very fun time on the Discord. So all that stuff is linked in the description, the Spotify, my Twitter, my Discord, all that stuff. If you are on the YouTube version of the podcast, you can find that all in the description. But yeah, overall, such a fun time. Now, the main downside of having this week be like all consumed by Royale is that I didn't really upload much commentary. There's a lot of really interesting news things that kind of happened that I didn't really get to talk about too much, which I will be able to talk about in this episode, which is what's nice about the podcast, you know. I get to talk about all this stuff I didn't get to talk about in commentary videos, because really all I uploaded this week were teasers for Royale and the trailer, because I was working all week on trying to get that trailer as good as I could possibly make it, and of course finalizing the season and getting everything prepared. Didn't really have much time to actually make any videos that week other than the teasers and stuff, so I was very busy, but it was very, very worth it, and I'm glad you guys have shown a lot of excitement for it, and I hope you guys are excited to see the commentaries return this week. Along with a few other video ideas I have, I want to do some cool stuff for Halloween. If you guys have any cool ideas, I'd appreciate them in the comments. But I do want to do some cool Halloween videos, because it is October. we are in October, and I love October. Like, especially for Fortnite stuff, it's so much fun. I made a tweet about this earlier today, actually. Like, October is the best time, in my opinion, for Fortnite cosmetics and for item shops. It's just so good. It's so good. Like, Christmas is good. Like, I like Christmas as a holiday more, but man, October is so fun when it comes to Fortnite cosmetics. It's really, really cool. In terms of gameplay and stuff, it's kind of hit or miss, but in terms of cosmetics, it's always great. So I really, really, really appreciate that. And I'm excited for these upcoming item shops. I think they're going to be really fun. I think they're going to be really excited, or exciting, as I should say. Already mixing up my words. We're only a few minutes into this podcast, but that's okay. That's how it goes around here. But yeah, Royale was fun. Royale was great. I appreciate you guys showing so much excitement for it. Again, lots of really cool videos. If you go to my community tab, I've been shouting out a bunch of cool people making videos on Royale because I just love to see it, and I love to encourage people to do more of that because it's really, really cool. And it's a lot of fun. It really makes the community feel like a more full community because we got a lot of cool people. And like, I feel like the community, like, people usually have like YouTubers, like if you have a YouTube channel, you usually have a community for it. But having an actual community for like like a map is a lot different too. And a lot of creative YouTubers have that, and I think that's one of the coolest things about the creative community, especially the mini BR community, is that there's a bunch of little communities for each BR map. And I think we have a really cool community here, so I'm excited about it. And I thank you guys so much. I think it's been really fun. It's been really cool. And you guys seem excited about the new season. And I'm glad you are, because we worked very, very hard on it. And we've been very excited to release it. And it's been a lot of fun playing it. If you're listening to this the day this comes out, I'm actually going to be doing a stream tonight, but not of Fortnite, actually. I'm going to be doing a Smash Brothers stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool. Swirls should be joining me on that stream, hopefully, but even if not, I will still be doing it, but I assume he will be joining it, because he seemed interested in doing it. But I will be doing the stream, so it's going to be fun. Especially if Swirls is there. It's going to be an awesome time. He's probably going to kick my butt, but that's okay. Because the reason I'm doing it is because I'm getting hyped. I'm getting back into Smash so that when that final fighter gets revealed, I'll have a lot of fun with it, hopefully. I don't really know when that fighter is going to come out. I hope it comes out, like, within that week or something, or within this week or something. Also, sorry for all the background noises. I need to stop messing around with stuff on my desk. And there goes another one. The audio listeners on Spotify are probably hearing a lot more of that background stuff here because you don't get like the noise suppression on on Audacity as well. I'll try to edit some of that stuff out, but we'll see how that goes. So I apologize if you're listening on Spotify and you're hearing some background noises. I'm gonna try my best to stop that from happening. But yeah. Smash Bros. Stream tonight, if you're listening this, on the day it's being uploaded, Monday the 4th of October, because the Smash reveal is tomorrow, I believe. So, that's going to be cool. So, I'm getting myself hyped up by playing a bit of Smash Bros. I can already tell I'm probably not going to be very interested in whoever they reveal, but I don't really care. I'm excited for there to be a new character to play. I also haven't played, like, a lot of the DLC characters that even got added before anyway, so that's going to be fun to try them out as well. Because the thing with Smash is that, well, a lot of the characters, like, there's a lot of characters in the DLC that I've, like, really enjoyed, that I, like, cared about beforehand. Like, Banjo-Kazooie was the main one, because, I'm not, like, the biggest Banjo-Kazooie fan, but, I grew up a lot playing, like, Banjo-Kazooie and Nuts and Bolts and stuff, which I know is kind of a controversial entry in the series. And I really enjoyed playing, the original Banjo-Kazooie. Still haven't finished that game, but I really, really enjoy it. And I was really excited to see him in the game, because it's just such a cool character. Like, Banjo-Kazooie is such a cool character, and I do have a lot of nostalgia for him, despite the fact that I never really grew up with the original games, even though I did play them quite a bit a while ago. So they're good games, and I definitely played them, even if they weren't like part of my childhood. They're definitely pretty nostalgic. And yeah, it was really cool to see him in the game. That was a really cool character, and I have a lot of fun playing as him. And then, like, Steve from Minecraft was just so funny to me. Honestly, like, for me, like, that is just such a meme character, and I love that. And he also just has such a satisfying moveset. It's really fun. But then there's other like characters that I like when I see the reveal, I'm like, I don't really know who this is, so I'm not really too excited. But then I actually play them and I have like a lot of fun. And I feel like the main example of that is Joker from Persona 5. I mean, like I've never played a Persona game in my life. I don't really have much interest in Persona, but that character is a lot of fun to play in Smash. So I'm definitely open to anything when it comes to Smash Bros. And I know this is like a Fortnite podcast and this is very off topic, but I thought I might as well talk about it because I know a lot of people are interested in Smash, and I have a good way to segue that into Fortnite because maybe we could get Jonesy. Maybe we could get Jonesy. I wouldn't say that's my main hope, but that is kind of my main hope. Like, there's characters that I would like to see more that are just like never gonna happen. But Jonesy's like the main one where it's like, especially if I can relate it to this channel, like, oh my god, the content that would produce for this channel. That would be so much fun, dude. That would be such a cool overlap. Because then I could start making funny Smash Bros. Videos of Jonesy on this channel. And it would be hilarious. And I really want that to happen. But I doubt it's going to, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, I'll end the Smash Bros. Conversation in case there are people who aren't really interested. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing that's happening. Stream tonight on Smash. And then also, to continue with the whole stream thing, I want to kind of make a bit more of a schedule for that. Right now, the only kind of schedule I have for streaming is that every Friday is Brim Day. And that just pretty much means that's when we stream Brim, and that's when an update comes out. So every Friday on the channel is Brim Day. Other than that, I don't really have a schedule when it comes to streams, or even uploads for that matter. Like, every single time there's an update, for the most part, I make an unreleased skins video, or like an update overview video, for the most part. But other than that, it's like I upload kind of whenever I want to. Whenever there's news and interesting, or whenever a video gets done and it's ready to go. So I kind of want to get more into a rhythm with it, at least for the streaming thing. Because like having Friday be Brim Day is good and all, but then sometimes I'll stream random times throughout the week. Sometimes I don't stream at all during the week. The main thing I want to do is have one day in the week where I just play solos, like BR solos. I think that would be fun. And then also I want to have another day in the week where I'm building a map stream, because I've been doing streams of me building a mini BR and I haven't done one in a while. But I want to continue it. And I also want to make other maps on stream after that too. So it's like, I need like a day in the week to always do a stream like that. So I really want like, because like Friday's Brim Day, and then I want like a day in the week where I can do a solo stream every single week on that day, and then a building stream. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I was thinking like Wednesday for the solos, but I want to like spread it out a bit. Obviously not on Monday. I think Monday and like Sunday are the 2 days where I just don't do YouTube stuff at all. Sometimes I do streams like Sunday night, and that might continue to happen, but for the most part, like Mondays and Sundays, I don't do anything. Saturday, sometimes I'll do a stream or work on content, but usually won't actually upload anything that day, mostly just a day to work on stuff. But yeah, I feel like the main things are like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the main days I want to do stuff. But I don't want to do like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all consecutive streams, because I don't want to get burnt out of streaming. So it's weird. So maybe I'll do like Wednesday and like, I don't know. 3 streams a week might be too much. 2 streams seems too little. So I don't know. It's weird. But right now I mostly only do 1 stream a week. So 2 would be better than that at least. So I don't know. I think maybe we could try Wednesday and try to do like maybe alternate between solos and building map. I'll see what happens. Maybe this Wednesday I'll do a stream. And I guess, yeah, I'm streaming tonight on Monday, but usually I don't like to do other things like that overlap with uploads as well. I usually don't like to upload and stream on the same day, because then the stream might like hurt the upload's views, and then, or the upload hurts stream views, vice versa. But this today, if I'm going to stream Smash, I can't imagine that's going to get nearly as many views as it would anyway, so it's not like that's going to cannibalize many views from the podcast, because both of those things are kind of lower averaging than normal anyway, so it's not a big deal. But like if I upload a video that I really like an average type of video, like a commentary or something that like that I'd like to see do well, that usually does well. I don't want to like stream on that same day, especially if I upload it late in the day and then 2 hours later I'm streaming. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good that is, but I guess I don't know. I'll try to see what I can do. Like maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays I upload, and then Wednesday I stream. Because yeah, all I really have for schedule is Monday's the podcast, and Friday is Brim Day. So I want to see what I can do in between. The thing is, like, sometimes I like to upload a lot. My average is 2 videos a week, I've noticed. It used to be a lot more than that, but I used to kind of like have a lot more time to make videos, and also I didn't spend as much time on each video when I used to do that. Because I remember when I first started doing YouTube, I like for Fortnite stuff, I would do like a lot of videos. Like Chapter 2 Season 4, I would do like 4 videos a week, which is kind of crazy, but they were all like really short, like not as well done videos as, because like I feel like as you improve, you kind of start to take longer with your craft. I mean, well, at least for video making, at least for me, because I know sometimes that's the opposite for some things. But like when I'm sorry again, background noise. I need to stop doing that. Like the better I've gotten at like editing and like preparing notes and like scripts even sometimes for videos, the longer I take with it and the more I need to do it and the more I need to prepare for it. And then the less time I have too adds on to that. So it's like now I'm kind of only getting around 2 videos out a week, which isn't bad on top of like doing the streams and everything and the podcast, because I like when I say 2 videos a week, I'm not considering the podcast at all. Or any Brim Royale trailer that may drop that week as well, because those have been pretty common as well lately. So it's like, yeah, 2 commentaries is what I mean usually, or 2 like whatever. So yeah, I mean I don't know. You got like I guess it's all about like you guys think. Of course, I don't think anyone is like he needs to upload more. But it's definitely something I want to consider being like, do I upload consistently enough, or are people looking for something more consistent? Like, do people want to know, like, that it's Tuesday, they should expect an upload today? Do people like that more, or are people just like, oh, I'll just watch a video when it comes out? Like, if I start a schedule, will that make videos perform better? Will it make them perform worse? I have no idea. So it's all an experiment for me. I guess you guys can let me know. Maybe I'll do some polls. Maybe I'll try and think of a schedule. I think the main thing I have like in my head right now is like Monday's the podcast. Tuesday is an upload. Every other week, of course, it's an upload regarding whatever new update comes out. Wednesday is a live stream / working on whatever Thursday's video is day. So live stream either solos or building a map, or maybe even Brim Royale if I'm up to it. And then Thursday would be another upload day. And then Friday, of course, Brim Day. Saturday, preparation day for the most part, maybe a stream. And then Sunday, nothing. Sunday's my day off usually. When it comes to YouTube and just a lot of stuff. I like to relax on Sundays. So, yeah. That's the plan. That's what I want to try to do. That's kind of what I've got in my head. And you guys can let me know in the comments what you think of that. But I want to kind of get more organized, get more scheduled with everything. Because I think that could help not only the channel, but me as well in feeling a bit more productive with the channel and feeling a bit more like with it, you know? Like knowing what each day is. Instead of kind of just loosely being like, am I going to make a video today? Am I going to do this? Or am I going to work on this? Or what am I doing? You know? The main thing is, yeah, that's, as I say, like, the main thing is coming up with ideas, but if I'm only uploading 2 videos a week, it's not that hard to come up with ideas for videos, even on a slow news week, because I don't always just like to make commentaries on whatever the Fortnite news is, so oftentimes, like, I'll have to come up with an interesting idea for a commentary. I don't think I've really had to do that in a while, because, like, the news has been really crazy lately. But I want to do more creative videos as well, not only with commentary stuff, but with, like, just other Fortnite videos that aren't just commentaries, that are, like, Like, I've done a few things, like, with the dev team and stuff, just those kind of videos would be fun. Just kind of, I don't know, any creative ideas we can think of. Mostly in creative mode, probably. So, stuff like that. And then also Bendo Bricks. Like, I've been trying to get that channel up and running. The first video I made, I was very, very proud of. It took me a long time to make, and I was like, yeah, I want to keep doing this. And I still do really want to keep doing it. And I'm working on a video right now, and it is taking me ages, and it probably won't be out for a while. I was hoping it would be out soon, but I didn't really even work on it at all last week because I was doing from Royale, editing that trailer all week pretty much. So yeah, I'm trying to get a second video out on that channel. Like, of course I knew when I started it that I wasn't going to be able to upload on there very much, and I'm not really concerned about how that channel performs too much. Like, if it does well, then cool. So far, the first video did really well, but, like, I'm mostly doing it for fun. Like, I mean, of course I do this channel for fun too, but that channel especially is just, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not even going to be upset if a video doesn't do that great. Like, because it's just so, it's so, like, I don't know. It's not really my concern because it's more of just like I understand the fact that it's not a channel that's really gotten on its feet yet, you know? It's very new, so it's mostly an experiment at the moment. But those videos take super long, so especially because I gotta like rewatch an entire season of the show for each video pretty much. So yeah. Still working on that. So I don't know how I'm going to integrate that into the schedule, but we'll see what happens. Maybe that'll be kind of a preparation day thing. But yeah, I don't know. And then on top of all the other stuff I'm doing, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the plan. Again, maybe I'll do some things like community tab posts, Twitter posts, asking people what they think about that. But yeah, I think that would be pretty interesting to get a schedule going, just so I can stay a bit more organized. And I think it'll be beneficial for the channel as well. I think it'll be helpful. So let's go ahead and move into the segment of the podcast that I haven't named. I was going to say that I like to call, but there's really no segment for this. Organizing the podcast is another thing I should do. I should probably have segments laid out better. But this is the news segment, so I'm going to be talking about all the news, especially a lot of the stuff I missed that I didn't make commentaries over this week. The main thing for me is, this is just a theory, okay? This is a theory that I noticed. So, Fortnitemares isn't here officially yet, but Fortnitemares item shops are here. So we got a brand new background for like the featured image on the front page, like when you load up Fortnite and it shows like the skin that's in the shop. And this time we got a bit of a spider theme, red and blue, may I add. I think, I hope, but I strongly believe, and this isn't like me saying it's gonna happen, this is just a theory that I have. I strongly believe we are getting Spider-Man for Halloween. Like, maybe not on Halloween, but for this Fortnitemares, I think we're getting Spider-Man. Because, well, he's not really like a Halloween character. Spider-Man's not like scary. You got the spider theme going, you know. You got that on kind of like the featured page thing for the skins in the item shop. It fits Spider-Man. Okay, the color scheme is even there. And it's like, you got that already. But think about like all the kids who like dress up as Spider-Man for Halloween. It fits. Like, Spider-Man is like, I feel like Spider-Man and Halloween kind of go hand in hand. You know? Like, you think of Spider-Man, maybe you think of like Spider-Man Halloween costumes. It's just something that's so common. So kind of a stretch, but hey. And also just spiders, you know. Spiders are creepy, crawly. And if they were going to release a superhero during Halloween, you'd think it would be Venom, but they already released that. So, Spider-Man. Come on. And considering that Venom's in the game, I feel like they gotta put Spider-Man in sometime. They gotta do it, man. They gotta put in Spider-Man. So I'm thinking this October we're gonna get Spider-Man. Because the thing is, we're getting Spider-Man eventually. Like, I feel like I feel like I can 100% say for a fact we are getting Spider-Man in Fortnite eventually. No matter that be this month, no matter it be next month, no matter it be next year, we're getting them eventually. Like, it has to happen at some point. So I'm thinking, I feel like this season, before I even thought this season was gonna be it, now I think like this month, we're getting it. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. I've been getting very excited about the idea of having him in the game, and I feel like it's a big stretch. Trust me, yes, it is a big stretch, but I hope it comes to the game. If it doesn't, then it's not a big deal. Again, he's gonna come out eventually, I'm sure of it. But I strongly believe this Halloween he could be like that could be the Marvel skin. Because think about it, they seem to really love the Marvel skins, okay? And there's not really that many iconic superheroes left from Marvel to do. I mean, there's a handful, but like, I don't know. I feel like they release like a one Marvel skin like every month, it seems. I don't know if that's true. I'm just assuming that's the case. I'm not sure. But I mean, if last month was Venom, this month could be Spider-Man. All right, next up, the next community choices have actually been rumored. I don't want to say revealed, but I don't see these being wrong. But I mean, of course, I'll call it a rumor because I like to not be 100% certain about things. So, supposedly, the next few, this isn't in order, by the way, but we're getting Combat AR versus Combat SMG, which are two guns that we have never seen before, I believe. For that one, I'm going to vote Combat AR for that one, just because I like ARs more than SMGs. I use them more. But I'm sure those are both going to be some cool weapons. I don't know how they're going to work at all, but if it's anything to go by like the combat shotgun, then they're probably going to be like longer range, more accurate. So yeah, that could be cool. Combat shotgun versus Boogie Bomb. Boogie Bomb. I'm going Boogie Bomb all the way. I feel like that's definitely going to win. That's kind of a weird one, like an item versus a weapon. It's kind of strange. Flintlock pistol versus proximity launcher. I've seen a lot of people say they're voting Flintlock. For me, proximity all the way. I know it's kind of overpowered, but hey, I'll take it, dude. I love the proximity launcher. It's so much fun. So yeah, those are the three upcoming ones. Again, I don't know if there's an order. Again, I don't know. Those might change. Those might be wrong, but it seems like that's what the rumor is. So going off of that, those are what my votes are. So there you go. According to Hypex, the upcoming Sideways Scythe is planned to have a smash attack similar to the Infinity Blade, but it doesn't break multiple builds. Other abilities that the Scythe is planned to have are Siphon, Charge Attack, and Dash Attack. Scythe might be kind of crazy. The Scythe might be Infinity Blade 2.0. We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for it, though, nonetheless. Lots of rumors of mechs returning. I guess I could see it. This season seems like the season where they're just bringing out everything. Like, they're just bringing everything back. With the votes and like all that kind of stuff. It seems like they're bringing a bunch of stuff back. A lot of overpowered stuff, might I add. So, mechs, I don't really want them in the game, but I'm not going to be super upset if they get added. Because they're definitely counterable. If you know how to do it right. Not easy to counter, but they're counterable. So, they're not the worst thing in the world. I'd rather them not be in the game. But, if they're coming, I mean, I'm sure if they're going to come back, Epic would know how to... They would do something differently with them to make them more fun, because I'm sure Epic knows that people don't like them, so I'm sure they would make some changes to hopefully make them better and fit into the game a lot more. Because the thing about the mechs is that they're fun. Like, the mechs are cool. I really do like the mechs. I will say I do really want them back in creative. But... I don't know. In BR, they could work. As long as they make some tweaks, they could work, I think. And the season has been, like, crazy with the loophole, so... I can imagine it. It might work. Shockwave Launcher's back. A lot of people... a lot of people have been complaining. Which is strange, because it got voted for. I think the Shockwave Launcher is awesome. And I love the Shockwave Launcher. And they better not vault it. because it's amazing. I don't care if people consider it overpowered. It's awesome. I like it. I don't care. I like the shockwave launcher. So yeah. Spooky Offers, of course, is back. Upcoming Cube Town POI, which is supposedly is going to be the center of the map. I'm assuming this is going to be the big Four Nightmares thing. Excited for a new POI. I'm not going to go on about it this too long because you guys have heard me rant about the map enough. I will say, like, the thing is, I don't want to complain about this POI because one, it's not out, and two, I'm so desperate for a new POI that it's like, I don't even care how good it is. I just want something of substance. This POI seems a little like from the leaks. There's like no buildings or anything, but there's these really cool bounce pads going around. It looks cool. It definitely is different. It's gonna be a different playstyle, but I'm down for it. I'm excited. I'm a bit skeptical, of course, but you know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I don't want to complain about it. There's these cool like wall bounce pads. It's really interesting. And of course it's unfinished in the files, so we don't really get a great idea of how it's gonna look in game, but I'm excited for it. I just think, of course, they just need to touch up a bit of the textures. Like, the layout's really cool. I'd prefer to have like a POI with actual buildings in it, but hey, I'll take what I can get. I don't want to really complain about it too much. Also, new Sideways boss, kind of the thing we saw at the end of the trailer, called the Caretaker, and possibly Horde Rush LTM coming back. That'll be cool. I kind of hope Fortnite just does a full-on like Call of Duty Zombies LTM. That's not in creative. Like how they did the Imposters mode. Just a full-on COD Zombies mode. That'll be a lot of fun. That could definitely be interesting. Especially with all the new zombies and stuff. And I hope those guys come to creative because they're really, really cool, and having some interesting, unique bosses and stuff would be awesome as well. And I hope they fix the zombie UI while they're at it. That would be amazing. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Cube Town. Rift to Go's actually got changed in the update. Even though they're not out, you can actually throw them like heals now. So that's cool. That wasn't a thing before. I didn't know that, but that wasn't a thing before apparently. So that's cool. New super level edit styles look really, really cool. I doubt I'm going to get all of them because the XP is still not working in my favor for me. I was able to get a lot of challenges done last night, so that was definitely helpful. But it's just like, I feel like I shouldn't have to grind challenges to get decent XP. Like, I feel like I should be able to get good XP by just playing. But you know what? It's fine. I think I'm about almost halfway through the battle pass at this point. I'm like level 40 now. It's definitely better than I was a while ago, but still. I'm going to be cutting close this season, I feel like. I'm hoping Four Nightmares is going to be the time to grind. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope they kind of boost just like the average XP. I think the challenges are good now. Just boost some of like the XP gains normally, and I think it'd be fun. Because like if you're not focusing on challenges, you're just not going to get any XP, and that just sucks. At least from my experiences. Chug Splash are back as well, which is really fun. I like the Chug Splash. The fact that the Chili Splash is an exotic annoys me. I wish it was just in a loot pool. Because in solos, I just never get it unless somebody drops it. But when I'm playing squads, I guess it's not a big deal. I'm just not the type of person who likes to go out and buy exotics, but if I'm playing squads with someone who actually does that, then it's fine. Because they end up just buying it for me, so that's fun. But yeah. Also, the new crew pack skin, I didn't make a video on it because it kind of came out at a bad time because I was working on the Brim stuff. But really good. Really, really cool. It's not one of my, like, favorites. Well, maybe it is one of my favorites, considering that most of them I've kind of been meh about. So it's maybe, like, my top 5. I'm going to make a crew pack ranking video soon. I think I'm going to do a top 10 crew pack video. Should have done it last month because I was, like, waiting for there to be exactly 10 of them to rank all 10. Now there's 11, apparently, so I guess I missed my chance with that. But I'll do top 10 video on the crew packs. So I guess I'll only be missing out on talking about one skin, or I'll just rank them all and do 11. I don't know. I like it to be neat, though, so I might do top 10. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do a poll on that as well. But yeah, I'm just looking. Sliding, apparently, people are saying sliding is going to be a thing. Sliding animations have been added to the game, but they're unfinished. The problem that I have with this is that I feel like there's not a lot of information on this because, like, This could be for anything. So I don't know. This could be for anything. I feel like it might be for an Ultium. I don't want sliding in the game. I really don't. I feel like I like having the movement as it is. Like, it's nice, simple movement in Fortnite. I don't want them to change it. So if they add sliding, it's going to be a big yikes for me. Especially if that's in creative and, like, there's no way to turn it off. Like, that's going to be... Yeah, no thanks. No thank you. I don't want that. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. Lots of random, like, 0-point and rift sounds out of the files. I'm guessing just for 4-timer stuff. And all the cube events. The cubes have been spreading, which is interesting. Of course, we didn't get tilted, but I'm not going to talk about that in this podcast. I've been debating whether or not I wanted to make a video about the whole kerfuffle with showing a city POI in the background of promotional images. But I feel like I've talked about that enough on the podcast, and I'm sure you guys are tired of me talking about that, so I'm not going to do that. I don't think. I think you guys already know my opinion on that. It's dumb, but yeah. Also, Abductor Gallery got added, but it's not in the game yet, so that's a bit sad. I don't understand why they do that. Like, they add the gallery and then like wait a week to do it. It'll probably come out tomorrow if I had to guess. But it's really cool. I really like it a lot. It's really neat. I'm hoping those are indestructible or have indestructible versions, and I hope that they're actually indestructible, unlike most of the indestructible props. Also, mannequin device settings. I mean, yeah, lots of cool set. Actually, we got a lot of cool settings for creative, even if we didn't get like a lot of items for it. We did get like a naval fire damage, which isn't a thing yet, I don't believe, but I mean, it's going to be. But just a lot of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff with a prop manipulation device. Accolades device is something that's coming to the game. Steamy stacks got destroyed. Again, kind of dumb. Which is like, I guess it's something, but it's like, come on. Just destroying more POIs. Seems weird to me. Elimination manager device got updated. Dual crossbows are in the files now. Hopefully those get... I'm guessing we're going to have like a little mini surprise update on Tuesday tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. New elimination manager settings, all kind of cool stuff. Creature manager can allow weapon knockback. Just lots of cool stuff. Some new skins, interesting, like the new Renegade Raider is cool. The new cube skin is also pretty neat. And yeah, that's about like all the stuff that I kind of miss with the update. Lots of cool stuff. Definitely not something that like, I mean, if I had the time, I definitely would have made a video on at least something. But yeah, that's what we got. And yeah, I feel like the update was definitely pretty decent. I feel like maybe it was like a bit lackluster. I was pretty disappointed when it came out. But I feel like all the stuff that got leaked is infinitely more interesting than anything that actually came to the game. Because you'll notice as I talked about all the new stuff, most of that stuff was just like leaks and theories, so, and rumors. So, I don't know. The update was good. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. Like, if you watched last week's podcast, like, I was like, yeah, the update has a lot of builds, and I'm like, I'm hoping it's going to be big, but I'm not expecting it to be big. That was kind of my whole thing going in. And even though I wasn't expecting it to be big, it still kind of disappointed me. It felt kind of lackluster, but I don't know. It's not a big deal. It's not as big as a deal as I think it was when it came out. But I think it's gonna be a good couple of weeks. I think Fortnitemares, they're really gonna bring it in, and I think tomorrow we could even see some cool stuff in the game as well, because there's a lot of stuff in the files that just aren't being used yet. So that's definitely pretty cool. So that about wraps it up for the news segment of today's podcast. Next up, we are going to be moving on to listener questions, podcast questions. Again, if you guys want to send me questions, I do ask questions every single Monday on my podcast or on my community tab. So yeah, if you guys want to ask me questions there, You can also ask me questions on the Discord. I also ask for questions there as well. Let's go ahead and see what all the questions are. Okay. TBC Sammer, or Sammer, I was gonna say Samurai, but I think it's just Sammer. Apologies, I've mispronounced the name there. Asks, do you think a mini BR new season hype can have the same feeling as a real new season hype? So actually, I've got this compliment a lot for like Royale. Me and the dev team, we put a lot of work into trying to like hype up new seasons a lot. And for the most part, it seems to pay off. And people, like, a lot of times, I don't know, like, I'm sure, I don't know where I was going with that. Like, sorry, it's just, like, people will say, wow, this, I'm actually hyped for this, and it's awesome to see that. Like, people can get legitimately hyped. I think it depends on the type of person you are. I guess, well, I don't know. It depends on, like, it depends on the person, and it depends on, like, their investment in it. Because, like, if you're super invested in it, you're going to get really hyped. But if you're not super invested in it, you're not going to get very hyped. But there's definitely things you as a creator, as a mini BR creator, can do to get people invested. And I think, like, we try to do that as much as possible. We love doing teasers. We love doing, like, storyline hints, ending trailers on cliffhangers. I think this season was definitely one of those of Royale where we had a really effective hype cycle. Like, we ended the final trailer of last season on a cliffhanger, which kind of already got people thinking. Then we did teasers, and I feel like those were pretty effective. And then the trailer, which got a lot of people hyped for it. Especially if you create things like thumbnails and assets that are kind of similar enough to Fortnite, but a bit more of your own. Like, a lot of the thumbnails I do for Brim are kind of like representative of classic Fortnite season thumbnails that they used to do in Chapter 1. I think that's kind of a thing that kind of like reminds people and kind of makes people more familiar with the idea of a new season. So there's definitely stuff you can do that. I don't think any mini BR season ever can match the hype of an actual Fortnite season because, like, just the sheer amount of people who get hyped for a new Fortnite season. But it can definitely, like, be better, I feel like. Because, like, you can have a mini BR with, like, only, like, say there's like 5 people who are really interested in it and get really hyped. Of course, that's not nearly as much hype as an actual season of BR, but those people could come out of that mini BR being more satisfied than they would of a new season of Fortnite, if that makes any sense. Like, you could sell people on a new season of your map better than Fortnite can, but again, it's very subjective. So, well, I don't think it can match the hype of a real Fortnite season. It can definitely kind of feel like it. And I've seen a lot of people say that, like, when a new Brim season is coming out, that it actually feels like a new season Fortnite, which is like a huge compliment, I feel like. And it's just awesome. I love that, and I'm glad we're able to give people that feeling. That's like one of the coolest things in the world. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I think that's really up to you, honestly. That's up to your opinion. Like, if you get hyped for mini BRs, like, if you get hyped for a specific creator's mini BR, and that gets you more hyped than an actual season of Fortnite, like, that's just how you feel. So I think it's kind of a person-to-person basis. For me, I've never been able to get, like, that invested in a mini BR, but I'd really love to. I mean, for as much as I'm kind of interact with people in the creative community, it's hard for me to kind of, like, and I'm sure other people can relate to this, like other creators, it's hard for me to, like, get invested in everyone else's mini BR while we're working on our own. And I'm sure that applies to pretty much everyone else who's like making mini BRs and stuff. So yeah, but I probably should get invested in some of them more, for sure. But I think, yeah, having an effective hype cycle, having like an effective hype season is very important and can definitely elicit that feeling of just sheer excitement for people. And I think that's really fun. I love doing that. All right, so next up, Starwise asks, what has been the biggest challenge that you and your dev team has had when working on Royale? The first thing that comes to mind mainly would be like memory and stuff, but we're usually able to kind of plan ahead and kind of deal with that. So that's not like the biggest thing. Of course, it's a problem because it's like there's things we'll want to add, but we just can't because memory. But we usually plan ahead and we're prepared to deal with that when we're planning seasons. But honestly, I think the hardest thing really is just coming up with ideas. I think ideas is genuinely the most difficult thing, is coming up with ideas. I think that's definitely the hardest thing to do for a season. Because once you get that idea, once you get that ball rolling of creativity, you're moving. Like, you can make a concept, you can make a bunch of different ideas, come up with a bunch of different stuff for that. Like, your mind just starts going with ideas once you get that actual concept down. But getting that actual idea for a season is probably the most difficult thing. And that's probably something we spend the most time on, is just thinking of ideas for actual seasons or for storyline or whatever. Just coming up with ideas that we all enjoy, and that we can all get, like, think of good ideas for. So that would probably be the hardest thing to do. Okay, so Kid Days asked, will there be a chapter 3 of Royale? Unfortunately, I can't really answer this question, because, like, the dev team and I don't even know really ourselves. Like, we have an idea of what we want to do, but it really all depends on timing. So yeah, I can't go into it too much. But what I will say is that I always say, like on these streams when people ask questions like this, is I always say, we're planning stuff for 2.0. That's all I'll say. We have plans for 2.0, trust me, but we can't finalize any of them or even get too ahead of ourselves to think of ideas for it, because we're not familiar enough with what 2.0 actually is in its current state, because it's not out yet and barely any information has been shared on it. But we have plans for that. But in terms of a Royale Chapter 3, we're not even sure ourselves yet. So we've been trying to think of that idea, but right now we're kind of focused on the future of Chapter 2. And we definitely know kind of the rest of how that's going to go. But in terms of Chapter 3, we haven't really thought that far. Like, we've thought that far ahead, but we haven't thought far enough ahead for us to give a definitive answer to tell you. So things can change for sure. Sean Doyle actually asks a really, really interesting question. I enjoy this one a lot. He asks, or he or she, I'm not sure. I'm guessing he because Sean, but anyway, he asks, do you think that leakers should always be trusted? And I'm actually going to answer, no. I don't. Because I can't tell you how many times, no matter how trusted the leaker is, if you guys ever wonder why I'm always so like, oh, don't take this as fact, take this as a rumor, take it with a grain of salt. I'm always like trying to push that, because I see so many commentary channels reporting on this kind of stuff and acting like it's fact because like the leaker does that. And I'm not going to point any fingers, but I mean, I can't even really, because this is kind of like leakers as a whole. Like, it's a lot of them, big and small, credible or not. Like, I've seen so many credible leakers just say leaks that just never come true. And sometimes that happens because sometimes either things in Epic change or they were just flat out wrong about it. The biggest things that I can think of is like the whole Peter Griffin thing. Leakers were like all over the place saying 100% Peter Griffin's confirmed, 100% Peter Griffin's confirmed. Guess what? It never happened. And what happens, which I find so funny, what happens is that when whatever that doesn't happen, like the whole Peter Griffin theory or the FNAF thing, they say, oh, well, I guess they changed their mind. That's like, nah. I can spot from a mile away when a leak isn't like true. And when a leaker, like, cause some leakers and I understand, but it's like, just like leaking a bunch of stuff that just seems so like clickable and so exciting for people to talk about. And it's just like algorithmically, it's like, yeah, if you're gonna make a leak about Peter Griffin, or if you're gonna make a leak about like Five Nights at Freddy's or about Among Us coming to Fortnite, obviously that's gonna get the attention of a lot of people. But if you're not 100% sure about it, then you shouldn't go out and say, like start leaking this stuff, I feel like. And that's just like, that's where it's like, I can't always trust big leakers. And that's why I'm always just like, oh, this might not happen. And I can, for the most part, I've been able to spot when a leak is just fully just not true at all. And yeah, that's just how it is sometimes. So unfortunately, even the most credible leakers can be wrong. And that's just how it is. That's how leaking is for anything, honestly. So that's what I'd say. For the most part, though, lots of credible leakers can be trusted, but do your own research, because that's what I always like to do as well. Do your own research. See what other leakers are saying about it. Do, like say to yourself, does this make sense? Does this leak actually make sense? Form your own, like, thoughts around it. Do your research. Then go out and talk about it, because you can't just take everything at face value. You know, you can't just take everything as fact, because that's how rumors spread, and that's a big problem in the Fortnite community. And I made a whole video on it, if you want to go check that out. I don't know how well that video's aged, but I think it's still pretty good. I'm still pretty happy with that video. So I made a whole video on rumors, and it was cool. So if you want to check that out, hear more in-depth thoughts on that. That's kind of just what happens when these things happen. But really, really good question. Really good question. Punky asks, what was the biggest change in Royale? Well, definitely Chapter 2, or just in general. Chapter 2, Season 1. Biggest change, entirely new map. But in terms of, like, I feel like that's too easy of an answer. But it truly was, like, entirely new map, entirely new custom loot pool. Like, we introduced the idea of having a custom loot pool. It was just a lot of fun. But in terms of, like, Chapter 2, like, since then, I think this season, honestly, has been the biggest change in terms of both loot pool and just the map in general. Just a whole area of the map got replaced, which is really cool, I think. And in terms of Chapter 1, it was, like, not, like, there wasn't really, like, any major huge changes. I think Season 4 of Chapter 1 was also, like, huge. Like, just a lot of new POIs that season. But now, like, thinking back, like, it's kind of small compared to what we've been doing now with the Chapter 2 seasons. So, yeah. I think definitely Chapter 2 has been the biggest, like, change. But if you're talking just, like, in, like, anything other than that, Chapter 2 Season 4, for sure, I think, has been the biggest, like, change when it comes to Royale. Speaky Llama asks, do you feel that Fortnite is ripping off games like Among Us, Apex, and other games? That's a tough one. I think it depends on the situation. Because, the thing is, they definitely take ideas from some games when it comes to, like, smaller stuff. Like, reboots and, like, pinging was an Apex thing. I mean, pinging's not, like, specific to Apex, but reboots was definitely, like, an Apex thing. And that one's tough because it's like, yeah, they ripped off Apex with that idea, but it also makes the game a lot better. So it's like, yeah, they kind of did that. So that one's kind of iffy, but when it comes to people making the argument of, like, oh, Fortnite stole the idea of Battle Royale from PUBG and stuff, or Fortnite stole of the Among Us, they stole that game mode. Like, those are genres. And they do enough different, like the whole Battle Royale thing, it's like, yeah, Fortnite's a Battle Royale. That's a popular genre. It did a bunch different at the time. It was, like, one of the most revolutionary Battle Royales at the time, because every Battle Royale before it was, like, grungy and realistic, and, like, first person, or even third person with PUBG, I guess. And then Fortnite came along, it's bright, colorful, building. It was very different. The cosmetics were a lot more interesting. It was just like Battle Royale is a genre of game. They didn't copy PUBG for that. And if they did, then PUBG might have won that lawsuit. So, yeah, they definitely didn't copy Battle Royale. Did they get it from someone else? Yeah, of course, but it's a genre, you know? Like Sonic didn't copy Mario for being a platformer, you know? They're just the same genre. Of course, that can cause rivalry between games, but that's not, like, that doesn't mean they're copying each other, you know? It doesn't need to be that thing. And the whole Among Us, like, imposters thing, like, Among Us was not the first game to do a murder mystery thing. And it didn't even do it, like, that uniquely either. So it's like, there's only so many ways you can do a murder mystery. I mean, definitely it would have been cool if Fortnite kind of went out of their way to incorporate some more unique elements to it, change it up a bit more. But I don't think you could really just say they copied Among Us, because, like, of course, yeah, they're riding off the popularity of Among Us, but they didn't copy Among Us. Like, they didn't take, like, the same exact designs or anything. It's not like a rip-off of it. It's a murder mystery genre. That's the genre of it. So it's like, I don't know. I don't agree with the idea that Fortnite's ripping off stuff when it comes to like those types of things. But the whole Apex situation and kind of taking like ideas from other games, definitely. But I don't know. It's just not like a huge deal to me, you know? And it just helps the game out so much. Like reboot vans and pinging are just something that make the game so much better. And it's not like they're just like ripping off stuff. Like they're not like taking the exact same design. Like they're doing their own stuff with it. It's just ideas. And it's like, if it's just ideas, like I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially when it's as broad as a entire genre of game. Like I don't think it's a big deal at all. And then the last question here is, are you hyped for the secret skin? Yes, I am hyped for the secret skin. I'm glad it's not a collab, at least as far as we know, but I don't think it is. So that's really cool. I'm excited for that. I think there's actually some interesting questions that I can answer on the Discord server as well here. Do I plan on adding more people to the dev team? No, the dev team is set in stone. Even if even if Donald Mustard himself asked to join the dev team, it's not gonna happen. So, or Mustard Plays, I guess it's a better example. Even if Mustard Plays asked to join the dev team, I would politely say no, but let's collab on something else, you know? I'm always happy to do collabs with people, but in terms of dev team stuff, that's set in stone. And then Spookville asks, or Advil, I guess. I just read Spookville because that's a Discord thing. What made you start doing YouTube? That's a good question, but that's like a really long answer for that one. So I might save that one for another podcast. But I will say that like for Fortnite content, like my main inspiration was like The Smith Plays. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, The Smith Plays was like a Call of Duty YouTuber before he did Fortnite. Yeah, I know. I was there for that too. I loved his zombies videos. But when he switched over to Fortnite, I just really enjoyed that as well. So I kind of was part of both of those eras for him. Unfortunately, he doesn't make content anymore, but The Smith Plays was awesome, dude. And awesome. He made some awesome videos on both zombies and Fortnite. And the Fortnite ones are the ones that like I love talking about Fortnite cosmetics just because he did such a good job of that. And so he's probably my main inspiration when it comes to like making commentaries on Fortnite, especially talking about cosmetics. So The Smith Plays is definitely a big inspiration, but in terms of like how I started doing YouTube in the first place, that's a long story. So I might save that for another episode because we are getting near the end of this one. This has been a very long podcast, but it's been a very good one. But I think for now, I'm probably going to end it there. So I'll try and save that episode for the next episode, or that question for the next episode, because it's a long answer. But for now, I'm going to leave it there. So just thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys have listened this far in the podcast, thank you guys so much. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you can go ahead and check me out on YouTube. My name is Bendominator on YouTube. I make Fortnite stuff, and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next podcast episode. Goodbye.